What's up guys? Today we're going to be checking out a movie that was supposed to come out in like 2018. The new Mutants on 4K Blu-ray. This isn't going to be a review on the movie itself. I'm just going to be sharing some of my thoughts on the video and the audio quality. Before we jump into it, if you're new to the channel and love home theater, new movies, and new AV equipment, be sure to tap that subscribe button for new weekly videos. Now, let's go over a few tech specs. The movie was shot in 8K. It's got a 4K DI. It's rated PG-13. Runtime is 94 minutes, and the aspect ratio is 185:1. So it'll fill your TV screens. You know, despite all the negative stuff said about this movie, it's a really good looking movie. If you like a grain-free digitally shot picture, then I'm sure you're gonna like the way this looks. It's got some really good looking fine details. You'll see intricacies like cotton fibers on clothing. The interior textures inside the school looked old and used. The furniture was beat. The paint was coming off the walls. You get a real good sense they're all living in this abandoned building. Facial features were flawless with pores, claw marks, and Reyes' bloody eye looking uncomfortably painful. The CGI on Ileana's arm and when Roberta goes into flame on mode, I found impressively detailed and crisp. There is some shoddy CGI here and there, but overall I thought it blended in really well with the rest of the movie. I thought HDR brought forward better shadow detail over the standard Blu-ray version, which is no slouch by the way. I mean, if you couldn't tell by the trailers, this is a dark, dark movie. I also found this to be one of those slightly dim HDR transfers. It did look less bright coming from the regular Blu-ray. It's not overly dim, but you could tell a difference if you compared the two. Again, this is a dark movie with a lot of blackness, so there isn't going to be a whole lot of color. It's mostly darker hues, blacks and grays, and a lot of muted tones. There's some occasional color during the outdoor scenes in the day, but the majority is pretty dark. Since this is such a dark movie, there's some decent specular highlights that contrast and pop nicely off the screen. There's a bunch of interior lighting, Roberto's body up in flames, and the big battle at the end has some excellent color that jumps.
I really should have warned you.
Audio is in Dolby Atmos, and for the most part, I thought it was a good mix. Right from Chapter 1, you're going to be bombarded with some demo-worthy bass. It hits hard, digs low, and will seriously shake the house. Looking at the object viewer, you can see the subwoofers working overtime. There's wind, helicopters, debris swirling around, and a giant bear that's breathing above your head. There's a lot of dynamic movement through all the speakers, and it's a strong start for the movie, audio-wise. Now, there are some scenes where there's action, and you might think there'd be some stuff going on overhead, but as you can see, the top speakers aren't even slightly lit up. Despite all the action, for the majority of the movie, heights aren't all that active, but there is excellent ambiance in the lower channels. Things like wind blowing or the dirt falling in the tunnel in Chapter 21 sounded very distinct and realistic. The best part of the movie is going to be the demon bear fight in Chapter 24. You could feel the bear stomping on the ground and just pure mayhem flying through every channel. You can see by all the yellow balls, all the effects are moving all around. Again, the bass kicks into overtime during the big action scenes, and it's some demo-worthy stuff. Soundstage was big when it had to be, and small during the interior stuff, and dialogue was always easy to hear throughout the entire duration. So for audio, I'm gonna go with an 8.6. It's got killer bass and awesome immersiveness during the big action moments. The overheads could have been used a bit more, but overall, I felt it was a very good listen. For video, I'm gonna go with a 9. As I said earlier, if you like a clean image, then this movie is probably going to do it for you. If you like it to be clean with eye-popping HDR colors, then this movie's not going to do it for you. It's a dark flick. Still though, I think it's a fantastic looking transfer and worth owning if you want to finish off your Fox Mutant collection. As far as the movie itself, I didn't think it was all that bad and definitely worth a watch. It isn't Logan, but it was still pretty decent. So what are your thoughts on the new Mutants on 4K Blu-ray? Have you seen it and are you planning on seeing it? Leave a comment and let us know. As always guys, thanks for watching. If you want, you can follow us on social media, and if you want to support the channel and get exclusive content and great discounts on audio and video gear, then stop by our Patreon page. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys again in the next video.